Today, I'll be taking a break from my usual content to discuss the recently released closed beta for the Unified Korean Tech Tree. Typically, I would play one of the new vehicles, commentate over my gameplay, and this would do numbers. However, due to the volume of content in this update, I've decided to narrate over some existing gameplay instead. If I sound like I'm a completely different person doing this intro, you can just chalk it up to me recording this in the future whilst being unwell.
Oh fuck, that was weird. I feel like I just had an out-of-body experience or something. Let's move on to some actual gameplay analysis now. I was sent this by a viewer for me to break down and assess any good plays, mistakes, you know the drill. We open up here and straight away Shin Woo-hyun pulls the classic strat of knocking the cute girl's books out of her hands, so he has an excuse to spark up an interaction. Now this is a very tried and tested strat, very reliable. Maybe it truly was an accident, but for now I'm sure we're dealing with a serious player here. He's struggling to catch up with her though. Unfortunately, he's been up-tiered and doesn't account for the fact she is using tech, allowing her to tear a hole through space-time and seemingly vanish into thin air as she turns the corner. You really have to play differently when you know you're in an up-tier. Come on mate, she's only wearing a stripy top, the outfits aren't that similar. It's 2026 and Woo-hyun is acting like all Asians look the same, unacceptable. Okay, he takes a look at the book now. I'm sure this is supposed to be revealing something, but I don't speak Korean, so there's that. It starts raining, which is unfortunate because he is now wet, which is not optimal. By chance he runs into the mysterious girl again. Apparently the necklace has some significance. Maybe he's realizing this isn't your average player he's dealing with. Either way, Woo-hyun shows some really poor initiative here by failing to open his fucking mouth to get her attention. He should really be able to tell from the serene background music that just kicked in that this has some significance to the plot. He starts monologuing some nonsense in his head, which is a bit too meta for my taste. Doesn't have a good feeling for the game in my opinion, just trying to repeat strats he's seen online. Anyway, apparently we're jumping back in time 2 years now. Okay, he's on a moped now, pretty weak vehicle, but I understand the new player experience can be rough. We also meet our second protagonist here, Hwang Sung-yo. Wait, Sung-yo means chastity. Oh man, this guy needs to buy a name change immediately. We can tell he's going to be a bit of a twat though. Look how nonchalantly this little fucker is walking. Okay, big moment here. I reckon attempting to stop is probably suboptimal. By taking Sung-yo out this early in the series, Woo-hyun could really save himself a lot of headaches down the line, I'm going to guess. After some quick googling, apparently pedestrian right of way is pretty loose on zebra crossings, unlike the UK where I live. So you'd probably get away with it too. Poor critical thinking under pressure, honestly. This dramatic freeze frame and slow-mo is pretty decent actually. Wait, is that the mystery girl again? Wait, what? I was joking earlier when I said the space-time thing. She actually has magical powers, apparently. This is definitely against TOS, and she should be banned immediately. Somebody needs to open a ticket to Tim and Nika in the esports Discord. Why did he stamp on the onion? I told you guys this guy was a twat. He definitely frequents Discord servers calling people greens. Oh shit, I think it's about to kick off. Oh, here we go. Whoa, oh, yeah. Whoa, oh. Shocking onion cutting technique. I can hear the knife getting blunter with each cut. Awful hygiene practices as well, touching his face while handling food. If I was his mother, I would beat him, honestly. Okay, we cut back to Sung-yo now, I think, at least. That all Asians look the same joke from earlier is not aging well for me. I'm struggling to follow this. Anyway, his dad, I presume, asks why he doesn't like his stepmother, to which he says she isn't my type. I didn't realize there was a sexual element to this, but here we are. His dad says that's nonsense, of course. He's already hit that, so he knows what he's talking about. If you want to improve, you've really got to listen to more experienced players. And on that topic, it's important to consult Fuckshark to analyze yours and others' stats. There are ways to game the system, but generally speaking, you shouldn't be taking advice from greens. If we look at my own profile, you can see I'm qualified to talk about this being a married player. Granted, I'm not purple due to my win rate being comparatively not as good. But it's important to remember, married players do have to throw some games, else you'll be accused of cheating and hit with the divorce counterplay. Oh, and then here the dad shows some impeccable aura farming by announcing he's a police officer before actually phoning an ambulance whilst Woo-hyun is performing CPR, because above all else, aura is king. Okay, mystery girl is back now. Apparently she's deaf, I guess? Really needs to be banned. This cannot be good for the meta. Okay, big lore drop. She's an angel. Still bannable in my opinion though. Anyway, Woo-hyun runs through her and apparently that's significant. She's probably got his IP address or something now. Oh, I mean, yeah, this guy is actually kind of surprising me here. I didn't even think of this. Heroic deeds, just make sure someone films them and you have a top performing strat right there. Ah, yeah, so Woo Hyun is pulling an absolute classic here with no blazer and rolled up sleeves. No notes. Man, this guy's kind of a prick, actually. Who am I meant to be rooting for if both protagonists are arseholes?
Nice catch.
That he calls nice catch in English for his own catch, which is pretty cringe. Oh, you scamp, you rascal. Even the teacher wants to fuck him. What is this? Okay, this is clearly an esports level player entering, and for context, this girl in the class is Yin Yong, who has a crush on Woo Hyun, and the woman entering with all this aura is Yin Yong's mum, who the teacher also refers to as Yin Yong's mum for some reason. Anyway, she slaps a student and airs her frustrations in front of an entire class, which is a bold strategy that only someone top level would have the confidence to pull off.
한 번만 더 우리 준영이 꼬드기면 내가 가만 안 둬.
Okay, that might be a bit far.
준영이는 어머님을 안 닮았네요. 저렇게 창피하는 거 보면.
Now he's flirting with her, right? I'm not misreading this, am I? She even checks him out very obviously before leaving. I can't wait to see where this goes, honestly. This is a showdown between two very high tier players. Okay, so we're learning here that Lee Sul-bai, who is the angel, is pretty bad at her job, which is probably why she uses her hacks on humans so she can feel superior. She's pretty immature for an angel, no? How old is she actually meant to be? Hang on. Okay, Shin Woo-hyun and Hwang Sung-yo are played by Nam Woo-hyun and Lee Sung-yo respectively. Wait, his name is Chastity IRL as well. That's rough, buddy. Anyway, they were like 23, 24 back in 2014 when this came out, playing 18-year-olds. Fine, whatever. Kim Se-run plays Lee Sul-bai, who is of course an ageless immortal being. Ah, that old classic. I swear to God, if she's a child. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sul-bai is getting stressed here because she has to go to work and all she actually wants to do is just binge watch slop on TV, and this is incredibly relatable. Okay, great, it seems we aren't escaping dark themes. I thought Woo Hyun wasn't that into this girl. He was hitting on her mum earlier, now he's ready to join her in the abyss. Sul-bai showcasing her hacks again, recognising how meta this all is for what is indeed a shitty drama. Told you she was hacking. Seems like the mods have caught wind of it and now she's being banned. It's great to see the devs coming down hard on cheaters. Her last act before getting banned is to save Woo Hyun's life. Could have unforeseen consequences. Seems as though she's escaping a full ban though by playing as a human instead on an alt account. Still against TOS, but easier to fly under the radar undetected. Jin Young's mum and the teacher don't care about the two teenagers who realistically would be dead here, which is surprising given how everyone seems to want a piece of Woo Hyun. Ah, how the mighty have fallen. Sul-bai struggles to come to terms with the fact she's now just a regular player. She bites his hand. Pretty left field strategy. Surprise factor is definitely worth something, but I can't see it becoming meta. Kind of like the R27 ET, it might get you results as a one-off, but you have to switch it out next round. Completely necessary feat shot of the 14-year-old lead actress. And again. Classic example of a hacker without their hacks, simply cannot come to terms with it. Good riddance. Well, at least she's kind of wearing shoes now, I guess. Woo Hyun trying to get the phone number and address of a child? Bold strategy. He doesn't even know she's technically an ageless being, so this is certainly a questionable play. Interesting dialogue here. Credit to Sul-bai. She tries to tell him she's on an ult and she actually used to be a hacker. Woo Hyun is blissfully ignorant of this though and isn't doing his due diligence not believing her. Anyway, little exchange here. The guy who gave her hacks originally is concerned that the mods have caught wind of their exploits, so naturally he fears the banhammer himself. Don't cheat, kids. Anyway, Woo Hyun sensibly takes her to the police, hopefully to turn her in for circumventing her ban.
이슬.
이슬? 아, 이슬비?
Wait, it's pronounced Sul-bi, not Sul-bai. Okay, the internet lied to me. I mean, to be fair, butchering names was kind of expected here. Woo Hyun asks the literal police to share any details they find out about this child who he doesn't know with him. This is a catastrophically bad strategy, but it seems to go unnoticed due to the incompetent devs here. Jin Young's mum pulls up threatening legal action. I like her a lot. She doesn't fuck about, just fully commits to every engagement. Even a bad player this committed just out of love for the game is a tough one to deal with. Okay, Sung-yeol's dad, the police officer, is clearly demonstrating incredible mechanical knowledge. We get to see what's more valuable here, superior mechanical knowledge or sheer force of will. Oh, this is unexpected actually. Sul-bi uses her knowledge obtained from prior hacks to defuse the situation. Good character development. Jin Young's mum crumbles here, leading me to believe she's not actually as strong a player as I thought. Clearly struggles to adapt under pressure. Okay, yeah, see, we've got some subtle context clues here. We know he's angry from the flashback, dramatic music, and clenched fist. Very clever writing. Okay, good little bit of exposition here. We find out that Jin Young's mum is using the rich strat. This is a tough one to beat, especially in a pay-to-win game model. Graffiti on the car is tried and tested, provides some short-term satisfaction, but usually works against you long-term. I don't recommend this as a viable strategy, but sometimes you have to remember we're here for the love of the game. Diabolical eating strats, I fucking hate this guy. Nope, absolutely not. Moving swiftly on. Everything about this is just awful. Knives, forks and spoons are objectively more efficient eating utensils than 2 sticks. I will die on this hill. I would not be sharing food with this guy. His saliva is 100% all over this bowl of food. I can answer this actually, it's full of this guy's spit. This ain't holding up in court. Even local fuckboy Woo Hyun recognises this as a dangerous play. He should be keeping things platonic from here, but that wouldn't be in the meta for this genre, so I'm concerned what his long-term game plan is. Okay, so Kang Ki-soo, who I believe is Woo Hyun's best friend, is recommending suboptimal strategies. This is common advice you'll encounter on Reddit and the forums. It's important to be careful who you're getting your information from, as there's a lot of misleading stuff out there. Woo Hyun recognises this though and steals the weaker male's moped instead. Gong Mal-suk mentions dirty money, so we can deduce she's probably money laundering, another cheater who should be banned. Woo Hyun makes it sexual of course, because that's just his playstyle. Wow, both mummy and daddy issues at the same time is not optimal. It does serve to make Woo Hyun's gameplay more impressive though.
너 설마 나랑 자려고?
왜?
Someone needs to check if the writers are in the Epstein files. Woo Hyun is keeping me sane for now at least.
다음 장면은
Okay, this is a bit much for an 18-year-old's bedroom. Not optimal. If you bring a woman back to this room, you gotta hide most of this shit. I thought this was a lot, then I looked up the conversion rate. Fucking Monopoly money. Okay, tactical mint is usually a strong indicator that you're going to make a big play. The only people in the house are his grandma and a child. So this is either a waste of resources or a controversial play is coming. Okay, it was Gum. Same difference, but thankfully he's not making a play, he's just pondering his mummy issues. Former hacker once again breaking TOS. Anyone could have seen this coming. Woo Hyun tells Jin Young not to kill herself, which is generally sound advice. She then tries to blackmail him though into a relationship, offering to prevent his expulsion. You really shouldn't play all your cards like this too early. You see, so Jin Young is understandably confused here as her crush appears to be dating a child. Okay, well, jokes and concerning plot progression aside, this is a good display of superior mechanical knowledge from Woo Hyun to impress Sulbi by tying her shoelaces. And similar to earlier in the episode, Sulbi does show very good knowledge of the metagame in this genre.
내가 여자친구지? 남자친구는 아니잖아? 완전 틀린 말도 아니다.
차라리 남자였어라.
Was he trying to say here, I wish you were a boy so I wouldn't be attracted to a child? Or is he saying he prefers boys? Interesting developments. The two share some banter. Woo Hyun seems to decide her apparent insanity is endearing, but it makes her a bit of an unknown quantity, which is not good for consistent gameplay. No, this is just bad time investment. Learning to use chopsticks is just a poor use of your time, when better eating utensils already exist and are much more user-friendly as well. A real dilemma for Sulbi now. Does she want to reform or does she want to get her hacks back? I hope she reforms, and I hope the mods ban this guy as well, smug bastard. Okay, so Mal-suk is going to start using Sulbi for child labour now. This historically has been a very strong strategy, though these days it's considered somewhat unethical. Personally, I am against it, if only because I think relying on others in general shows weakness in your own game. We finally see the return of professional bellend Sung-yul now. Wait, is this the stepmother who we said isn't his type at the start of the episode? This guy has absolutely no meta knowledge, clearly. Holy. Delivery driver with no change and can't take card? Yeah, that's pretty poor, especially from a player who I've come to expect strong mechanical knowledge from. Damn, he's going hard on the sales pitch though. Say what you want about Woo Hyun and his questionable romantic interests, but he's putting a real effort in for his grandma's business. W Woo Hyun.
아들 먹자. 꽉 채라.
Indigestion. Points for creativity, I guess. Sung-yeol rebukes his hot stepmom again. Painful stuff. This is some fucking weak-ass drumming. Music is about soul. What we're seeing here is a player with zero passion for the game.
선생님 아니었으면 아빠 엄마랑 절대 안 해줬어요.
That's more like it. Channel that anger, that emotion. All good art comes from powerful emotions. I believe strongly there's a good player here. He just needs to find himself. Not much to this, just back and forth arguing, no real progress being made by either side. But then Grandma pulls out the fucking death threat, grabs a fucking ladle and threatens to expel her from life. Holy shit, what a line. Malsuk is the dark horse of this story for sure. She's been playing a long time, she's seen some serious shit. This is quite dark actually. From Woo Hyun's perspective, this is a confused, possibly insane minor who he's basically putting on the street. Someone needs to tell this guy there's a happy middle ground between pursuing her as a romantic interest and making her homeless. Add stalking children to the list of questionable writing choices, I guess. I'm glad he's wearing a helmet, but he should really be wearing more protective gear. Survivability is a key element of the meta, never forget that. Yeah, I feel that I could go for some noodles right now. I've got like 4 minutes left of this episode. I can do this, I can do this. That said, I can't wait to see how much of a prick Sung-yeol is going to be here though. Yeah, to be fair, I feel like that's the response here from most people. This guy knows a potential hacker when he sees one. Yeah, wow, this guy genuinely is just an unapologetic arsehole. You gotta respect the commitment, I guess. Oh, well, I take it back, I guess. Sung-yeol is a bit of an enigma. No idea what this guy's stat shock looks like.
블랙노트도 없고 갈 데도 없고 돌아가고 싶어.
Is she actually gonna... What the fuck? Okay, well that's dark. What is the tone of this show meant to be? I'm so confused. Why do I want to watch the next episode? Anyway, that was fun. Hopefully KBS let this stay up for fair use. I don't care about monetization, guys. Take what you want. I'm just here for love of the game. Go check out the full episode on their channel. I'll put a link in the description. And shout out to my boy Vincent who suggested this as an April Fool's idea and also provided that short uncanny voiceover at the start. And finally, I'll pop a link in the description as well for the user skin I used in the short clip at the start. And that's in the F-16C in the Korean Black Eagles aerobatic library.